Hello and welcome. My name is Hannah, and today we are sketching with a pencil first, and then we'll get into alcohol markers. I forgot to film an intro because my singular brain cell was being used on other thing, and I gotta admit, it is currently being a little bit elusive as to where it's active, so this might be an interesting one. Now, I wanted to work on alcohol marker today just so that I could keep my skills up a little bit. I tend to still be absolutely terrified of using alcohol marker. It's just so scary to me. But I know that the more I use it, the more comfortable I will stay with it. So I want to try to keep active with alcohol marker just so I don't lose the skills that I learn along the way. I wanted to challenge myself a little bit with the wrinkles in this old lady, and she just looked really fun to draw. I did want to start off being a little bit more conservative with the colors that I'm choosing. I usually go in with the crazy colors first, and then I freak out and then try to color correct in a total panic afterwards. And I wanted to see if I could do it in reverse. So start with the neutral skin tone first and then see if it still had the same effect if I went crazy after on top of the regular skin tone, you know? So that's what I was trying on this one, and she turns out good. But at the time, I remember feeling a little bit frustrated that she was maybe a little bit too bland. I think I'm too used to the crazy that anything not crazy is like, oh my gosh, what's wrong? I'm too used to problem solving the entire time that if it's going too smooth, I don't know what to do with that information. My biggest problem that I had with this one was it seemed like I went too dark too fast, and it was just that blending was my main priority for this one. I wanted the blending to be so good, but I realized fully that she has a piece of fabric on her head, and fabric is my worst enemy. And do I really want to confront my enemy today? Not really. I'm keeping my enemy at arm's length here. I'm putting something down, but it's not gonna be good. It'll be okay. There will be something on her head, okay? One of my favorite things to draw on faces is glasses, so I really, really liked that she was wearing glasses, and the fact that they're this beautiful pink color is just, it's perfect. It gives her so much personality. It's really fun. I want to know her, all because of her glasses. I am using alcohol markers, like I said, and I can't get super fine lines with alcohol markers, even on this marker pad. So that is also the reason why I wanted to introduce colored pencils afterwards, for the fine lines, but also for the texture. See, this headpiece is just running away from me. I don't know what's happening, and I didn't know what was happening in the moment either. I was just well, there's something there, and that's all that matters. I tried. These are all of the markers that I used, which is entirely too many. I did not need to use this many, but that's what I used. Now let's get going on colored pencil. I decided that I wanted to start off using polychromos because I have them, and if I don't use them for a long time, I start to feel really sad. Why do I have them if I'm not going to use them? But my problem is that I'm best friends with Prismacolor. My Prismacolor pencils, but me and polychromos are just kind of we're buddies. So I was having a good time, but I wasn't in it, It's I was out for breakfast, but what I really wanted was to go out for the most delicious dessert. So I do end up switching over to Prismacolor for all of the sketches after this, but this one's going to be pretty much just polychromos. I think my favorite thing on this whole face is her glasses and also her cheeks. I love her cheeks. I just really like the pink on them and how it fades into that dark brown color. And then the line that goes down, it's all so good. But for her, her eyes are very dark in the reference photo, and I was hoping to brighten them up a little bit, and I think that I did a good job. But I do end up struggling with trying to make it more accurate to the reference photo, so off camera, I do darken up her eyes eyes, and I'll show you at the very end when I show you the whole spread. But let's move on to this next one. I realized that I haven't been doing like things. I've been doing people and creatures, and those are like, I absolutely love them. They're my favorite things in the whole world to draw. But I don't really draw things too often, so I wanted to see how I could draw a thing with markers. And this candle seemed really simple, like a really good way to ease into the idea of drawing a thing. That was my purpose for choosing this very simple candle with a very complicated flame. So I went as good as I could with the flame, and then I think what my problem was that all the colors that I chose were maybe a little bit too saturated, and maybe I should have gone like even more subtle with the colors, but in the end we're gonna have to cover it up with colored pencil anyway, and I think that's gonna be the right move. Once I started using the colored pencils, it started to be really fun, especially because that was how I was able to get even like the deepest part of the candle, like at the very bottom, to look a little bit glowy, because it's not just the top of the candle that's glowing, it's glowing like throughout the candle. So that was really fun to do. I did start to feel a little bit discouraged by this flame because the marker kind of, I don't know, I didn't do the marker well enough, so it was all about correcting it with the colored pencil on top, and that's okay. I think if I cared a lot about it looking perfect, I probably should have only used colored pencil, because colored pencil is really good for very soft stuff. So if I wanted the flame to be only soft, I would totally just nix the marker underneath. Shadows are one of my absolute favorite things to draw, so this one was really fun. I mean, it's so simple, but it's the little things that give so much joy, especially this part right here, like where the item is touching the surface. It just makes the whole shadow and the whole item just make sense. So let's get started on the next thing. I don't really have a plan for what I'm drawing. I'm really just, I have Pinterest open, and anything that looks really cool, I'm just kind of stopping and not thinking about it. And I think that's very obvious, because had I been thinking about it, I probably would have thought fur. Fur is a time suck. It looks, okay, of the whole spread, this otter is the coolest looking thing on the whole spread. I'm the most proud of it. It's just, had I known that I had chosen something with fur, I would have probably maybe chosen something else, because fur is not my favorite thing to draw. But I decided to just go with it anyway, and I ended up having a lot of fun. And I think that that's really all that you can hope for, is just to have fun with whatever you're sketching. This is a hobby for me. This is something to kind of keep my mind busy. So this definitely kept my mind busy. My brain cell was just thriving. But yeah, you might have noticed that I chose a skin color at first for some of the portions of this otter. And my thought was, I've gone realistic with the last two, I'm ready to go a little crazy. And then I added in that skin color without realizing that it was like a pink and that it would look like human skin. So halfway through, I was like, oh man, now I need to cover it up. That'll just be like the warm undertone to this gray. And it worked. It just wasn't my plan, but I'll play it off like I did that on purpose. As I was drawing this otter, it felt like 6 hours had passed. But then when I looked at the timestamp of my recording, it had been 35 minutes. My time was so skewed, so warped by whatever was happening with this otter, and it was a very strange time travel experience. But I ended up doing all of the alcohol marker on one day, and then I slept on it because I was feeling like it wasn't going the way that I was hoping. So I took a step back, and that was really good because when I came back the next day, I realized, oh, this actually doesn't look as weird as I thought it did. It actually has some good bones going on. So when I took out the colored pencils, I could actually like have some fun with it instead of feeling really stressed. So I'm glad that I slept. Sleeping is always the answer. So when I took out the colored pencil, I was ready to tackle the fur, and the way that I was going to get the fur to look like fur was really just to keep short strokes. So go back and forth with your colored pencil in really short manners. Don't do large sweeping motions, and be consistent with the direction of the fur. So if the direction is going sideways, go sideways with your colored pencil and keep really short strokes. So that was mainly the only thing that I was thinking about. And then when I did that, it just kind of magically turned into fur, especially if you don't look too close at it. But this was really fun, and I think it turns out really, really cute. There was one challenge that I was trying to keep in mind for this whole spread, and that was to not go overboard with black. I always go overboard with black. I think it's really fun to use, and I use it when I shouldn't. So I was trying to be very sparing with the black with all of these, and I used it only to get the contrast in the areas where it really needed it. But I ended up using dark blue for the shadow this time, and I think it looks super cool, and I didn't show you what it looks like. You'll see at the end. But for the next one, these are the colors that I am using, and I decided to challenge myself, and I put into Pinterest the search term iridescent bubble. So I wanted to try it out, and generally if I think about what I want to do beforehand, then I tend to stop myself from trying anything new or anything that might seem hard. So I tried to turn off my thinking brain and just go for it. So what you will watch is the result of not thinking and just trying something new. I don't love it. I will say that now, but colored pencil really saves the day on this one. Marker is a good base as it usually is, but colored pencil was really the crutch. I really needed to lean on the colored pencils on this one. I will admit that after this spread, I hit a bit of like an emotional block, and it's been really hard to sit back down and feel any kind of creative element in my blood. So it's been really hard. I've tried to sit down multiple times and just get going on something, and there's just nothing in my brain. I think that it's 100% hormonal. I'm definitely at that time of month where creativity is just at a dead standstill, but that's totally okay. I don't think that we were made to be 100% creative 100% of the time. It's okay to take a couple days off or a couple weeks off if that's what you need. So I will say that I have taken a couple days off from drawing, and in the meantime, me and my 3-year-old have been playing a lot of Mario Odyssey, and it's been so much fun. He is really good at playing, and he's obsessed with it, but I want to introduce him to some of the older Mario games that are my favorite Mario games. Okay, 2 favorite Mario games. One of them is Super Mario 64. That one was like a life-changing Mario for me, and I want to talk more about that, but for now, let's take a second and talk about the art, because that's what you're here for. I started to feel very confined by following references, so I decided that I am going to put an angry bird here out of my brain, and that's just what it's going to be. I don't care what it looks like. It turns out looking really cool. I like it. But I went a little bit in reverse this time, so I went with the colored pencil first, and then I used alcohol marker on top of it, and it was really fun. It was very loose, very not perfect, doesn't make sense a little bit, his beak, he certainly wouldn't be able to eat. It does not make sense for the way that a beak should work. But that's okay. It was really fun to do this angry little fella. So back to Mario. So life-changing 64, Mario 64. I beat it when I was like 8 or 9 years old, and I had been terrified of beating Bowser, but I finally did it. And at the time, my brother was living in another country. He's quite older than me, and he was living in England at the time. Mario was something that I don't know if it was like our thing to do together or if I just really enjoyed watching him play. It could have been both, but he always had to beat Bowser for me because I was always too scared to beat him by myself. But when I finally beat him by myself, I wrote him a letter that I finally did it, and I was so proud of myself. And he also wrote me a letter back that he was really proud of me. So it was just like a really cool experience. I don't even know if he remembers that. So I'll have to ask him. So total life-changing game experience for me, and I really want my kids to play it. They are not afraid of Bowser. So I don't know what's wrong with me or what's wrong with them. But the other Mario game, since we're running out of time, I'm almost done with this bird, is Mario Sunshine. I was a little bit older when I played this game, so it's not so much of like a core memory, but it was one of the better Marios in my opinion. So I really want my kids to play that too. And also I want to play it again too. So you might be hearing a little bit about Mario Sunshine in future videos. But since I did allow myself a couple days off of art and just sat on the couch doing nothing with my kids, I will say that I am working on a fish spread. And it's fully out of my brain, and I absolutely love it, and it will be oil pastels. And I am so excited to finish it. I'm done with 3 of them right now, but I have a lot more to go. And yeah, if you want to see how it turns out, tune in next week because that's when it will be coming out. So this is how the spread turned out. See, I darkened up her eyes a little bit. I love how her glasses look still. The otter, the bubble and the candle are kind of like take it or leave it for me, but they were really fun. It was like good practice. But the bird, I need to erase this like weird line here, and it didn't erase all the way, but that's okay. Anyway, the spread was a lot of fun, and I'm glad that I am keeping up on my skills with alcohol markers. So thanks for hanging around with me, and I will see you in the next one. Toodaloo!